Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it's faced. Dear White People, Episode 5.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Okay. Old school.
I know. I was like, all right.
Y'all, nobody said it.
I did. I hummed it.
I'm black and I'm proud.
No, we know. Y'all know we are. Y'all watch this show. Y'all know we are.
Oh my gosh, my dad
right,
used to play this all the time.
We'll try it again another time.
Right.
Welcome, y'all. Dear White People, Episode 5. So much to talk about. My name is TK Trinidad, but we're going to start with our lovely host and then end on our special guest.
Yeah. Well, hey everybody. My name is Raquel Harris. You can find me on all social media at Raquel Harris TV.
Hey everyone, I'm Ivana Williams. You can find me on Twitter at Ivana L. Williams.
What's up, everybody? I'm Marque Richardson.
Wait.
You can find me at Silky Rich. 3 eyes.
Gang, gang.
Gang, gang.
Oh God.
Everybody, yeah.
So he does play Reggie on Dear White People, but let me
Yes.
just break it down like what he's done. So, humanitarian.
Yes.
USC graduate.
Yes.
He's been TV shows, The Newsroom, True Blood, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
Anger Management, Community, and there's another list I just had to cut it out.
And you a
Also
tap
knows-
dancer.
He also knows
Yeah.
big
Look.
words too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Hey,
he's in the
don't test
movie Stepsisters and Dear White People.
Yes.
which is what we're here
Who,
for.
And you also played Reggie both times.
Yes, I did. Yeah. yeah.
We had to read you, okay?
Yeah. We got a lot of things going, so
Okay.
Yes.
kudos to
Move it up.
you.
Move it up. Thank you.
So what's going on? How's everything going?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here with y'all. I'm excited to be
And
here.
we got a brother on the panel.
Yeah, we had,
Okay.
I forgot his name, but he was very upset that it was 4 women. So
Yeah.
there you go.
So finally, so you can
There-
stop
there you
complaining.
go.
I saw
Okay.
that comment.
Yeah,
I saw
I was
somebody
there the week
complaining about
before,
a
too.
four-woman situation.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, why are you complaining?
Right.
Okay,
We got Reggie.
right, 'cause
Is
we
it black
not good
enough for you.
enough.
Yeah. So here we are. Whoever requested the brother.
Right, okay.
You're welcome.
Right, from the show. From the show.
They kicked
For
off
one.
one person just for me.
Right. No, but no, shout out to Nakia. We
Yes.
are praying for you. We're keeping you in our prayers. So please.
Shout out to Nakia.
No, yes.
it's fine.
Shout
You
out to
didn't know.
Nakia. But we
miss
miss
you,
you.
girl.
We miss you.
Yes.
I wish you were here, girl.
Yes.
So let's get started.
Yes, let's get started. So, Mr. Reggie Green.
Yes.
So, a lot of things is happening. I figure we'll just broken up the episode 5 into different like segments. So let's start off with Reggie's room. He's in there. He's typing away. His father has instilled a lot in him.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, did you feel any like similarity between your character and yourself?
Slowly but surely, my girlfriend keeps telling me that I'm turning into Reggie. So the whole experience of Reggie and just like character work and research and documentaries and reading all Malcolm X and all these people was an education
Yeah.
for me in the most intense way. And so when you're learning about this kind of stuff and being a young black man in America today, you can't just separate, well, I can't just separate everything, just from the research from what is actually happening to me and to
Absolutely.
us. So, yeah.
And you did mention as far as like the revolution.
Yeah.
We've experienced a lot of things. I mean, for a long time, but in the last 2 or 3 years, there has been a lot of things going on, and then we have Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Kind of, how do you think Dear White People has helped in this whole situation that we're in?
Ooh, well, y'all would have to tell me. I mean, Justin's whole idea with the film and with the show was, to have it, 1, be entertaining, 2, to spark these conversations that we're having, and that I'm like out in public and hearing people at dinner having these conversations about race and identity and equality and whatnot. So, I mean, that's an amazing feeling to be a part of something like this, and for it to be on a global level. That's incredible to me, just to hear. I hear you all. I see you all. Brazil, London, all these different countries just reaching out and saying, "Oh, like we need this."
Yeah.
So I definitely think, slowly but surely, something is shifting in the air, and I don't know if it's just
you can feel it.
Yeah.
So
Woke.
there's that.
Well, speaking of that, the app,
Woke or not.
woke or not.
Yeah.
What did you? I don't know. Like, what did you guys think of? What was your
I mean, I don't think that someone should be able to define whether or not someone's woke or not. I don't think anyone can have that opinion about someone else because everyone has their own walk of life. But it was funny. It was funny.
I took it for what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, in this episode, you know, we highlight the issue with black men being obsessed with white women. And I wanted to know, is there any... Yes, no, I had to know. We got our brother now, finally. And that was highlighted in your episode. And so I wanted to know, is there any, in your opinion, is there any validity to that?
What validity to...
In, like, black men having some sort of obsession with dating or marrying a white woman?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know... Personally, I don't know if there is an obsession with that. I don't know what that is because that's not my experience.
Right.
I do have it that, you know, love who you love.
Did you do like check mark?
Great. That's like, great.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, love who you love. But that, you know, if there is an obsession, if certain black men, I think it's an individual situation. That's not my experience. And, you know, I think about it and I honestly, I can't put a finger on what
that is, or what makes that
me. But at the end of the day, still, like, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Love who you love.
Love who you love at the end of the day. Yeah.
And you're on the opposite end in this episode because you're in love with a black woman who loves a white man. Do you feel like it's at all any other way or the opposite way for black men when they see black women with white men?
Not my experience. Again, at the end of the day, I mean, I know what conversations are being had. Like we know what that is.
Yeah.
But again, for me, I don't look at, you know, interracial relationship and be like, oh, well, why is he with her? Why is she with him?
Right.
I don't know the situation. I just know my situation
Yeah.
and what I have. So.
Like in that particular situation, especially with black men dating white women, I definitely agree with you. It's like an individual thing. But every time I hear that type of conversation, I always think of Charles Barkley. And his thing was, you know, at the time when he was broke and, you know, none of the black women were checking for him, he was like, you know, I went where I felt love. Right. So I kind of feel like, you know, you do you. And it's just like, it's not our call to say, okay, well, he shouldn't be with her or she shouldn't be with him. It's just like, you know, whatever. As long as you're happy and they're not doing, it's not a, like, oh, I have this basketball player on my arm. It's more about the basketball player versus the person, the individual itself, then I can completely understand that.
Yeah. And what I will, I mean,
no.
To top all of this, you know, I, you know, personally, you know, I do have an issue if, you know, someone is like, oh, I don't like black women because they're this, that, and the other.
Yes.
You know, because that's not like my mother's black, my grandmother's
Right.
black.
Okay.
My girlfriend.
That's just straight up
So I mean, just disrespectful.
A
So,
beautiful
I mean,
black woman at that. Yeah.
So I mean, again, it's just your particular situation, and again, love who you love. Like that, at the end of the day, it's about love, and also with the show being empathetic to those who are different. At the end of the day, so.
So in the film, I mean, we see that Reggie is, we see him as like he's really jealous, but he's woke, and I feel like I feel like we get to see more of his character, and we get to see him blossom more, for lack of better words, in the actual show. So how is that bringing more life to that character and becoming more well-rounded? How is that?
A gift.
Yeah.
I mean, as an artist and an actor first, like, you just want the opportunity to do something that has like some meat, and some fat, and some flavor, right? And so with the film, I got to do, you know, some of that, and then with the show, I got to do even more of that. And the cool thing about each episode, being shot from the point of view of, you know, different characters, is that you do get to see all those layers, you know, and, you know, specifically with episode 5, I mean, we got to see a whole range of who Reggie is and, you know, who Reggie represents.
Yes.
But that's still just the tip of the iceberg. Right. We know what we go through. And this the first season of the show, it's all just like the tip. So there's so much more to talk about. Yeah. So
I really love that. I really loved uncovering more. Like, there's so much more to Reggie. And I love seeing
that.
that.
Right,
for sure.
And he's not just, you know, whatever, the angry black man.
Right.
But
exactly.
justifiably so. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So when you were talking about as far as black men dating white women in the show, it says the reason, this was actually kind of funny because I heard this a lot, the reason black men are obsessed with white women is because they anal. So that's the whole tailgating
I
party.
had to rewind that.
You don't
I'm
remember
like,
that part?
wait a
You look
minute.
shocked.
I mean,
You haven't heard that before?
I mean, that's just a little. That's just a little weird. I mean, I think that
You are falling out.
I mean, we can go, what type of weird are you talking about?
I mean, it's not weird. You're into whatever you're into. You do what you want to do.
What's wrong with anal?
Oh my God!
Hey, no, you do what you want. Whoever I think that the obsession with white women from black men is a little bit more deep rooted. I think that it goes back into slave times, into black men not being afforded the opportunity to shoot their shot at white women.
Right.
And honestly, I think that when black men get to a certain status of success, they feel like the black woman is, oh, I've been there, done that, had that, it's done. And then I feel like once they get to that plateau in their career, they're like, okay, let me get a white girl. Let me get something that is a trophy, something that is deemed as valuable. The black woman is not valued as much as other women are valued. And if you look at other cultures, Hispanic men do not throw out or hurt or talk down to their women as black men do, and that goes into a deep-rooted issue as well. And some of those things we can't help, because that, like I said, it's a lot of variables that are mixed in with that. But I do feel like with Charles Barkley's example, I think that's very ignorant. I think that you can't, like you had said before, you can't generalize a group of women.
Right.
And you can't, and for me personally, I've met a lot of terrible black men. I've met a lot of amazing black men, but I'm never in my life gonna say I'm not gonna date black men because I met one bad person.
Well, he didn't say that he wasn't dating black women. And I just want to clarify, just because I know how people come for us on things. She's not referring to all black men, y'all. It's just
I love black
so
men.
I just kind of want to, I just kind of want to, because people just take
you already know.
a lot of things out of context. And also with Hispanic culture and a lot of other cultures too, they have the casting system as far as color. So even though they might not necessarily throw away a Hispanic woman or an Indian woman, they might throw away somebody who's of darker skin complexion, and then go lighter.
Well, colorism
that's a big issue too.
For sure. But I'm talking about blatantly disrespecting on a social and on a mobile platform. I've seen multiple instances where black men are just very comfortable with dissing black women, and it's very. And I'm not trying to say that it's very hard, because there are black women who diss black men too, and it's typically out of anger because we are getting dissed so much, and that goes from music to media to all different facets of life that we are pretty much taking in every single day. So as a black woman who having a strong, amazing black father, I had a great education and foundation of what I thought of black men from the jump. So going out into it, and even if I didn't, I still am not ignorant enough to say, oh, I just don't like black men, because I myself am black. So that means that you have to self-hate yourself, period, point blank. If you say that you don't date black men and you are a black person, how? That means you are not attracted to yourself. You can that does not make sense. Why do you not date your own race?
It could also be a preference thing.
But you don't
already had that
but you don't prefer your own race. You don't prefer people who look like you.
I mean, there's a thing in the news about it. TMZ covered it. It was a ex-WWE female athlete. They caught her and she's like, I just prefer I think she normally dates like Armenian, but I just prefer like white men.
It's very specific.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
pretty cool.
It's just kind of like, you know, it's just, you know, you can't. I understand what you're saying,
right?
But if you come at somebody like that, it's like, oh, you hate yourself. Then they're not even gonna understand that. It's like you almost have to come to terms and realize certain things on your own. So it's like, all right, you can go on and do whatever.
But so you can say that you don't prefer. I can see if you say I date all women, that would leave me with no argument. I could say, okay, you date all women, so it's not like you don't have a non-preference for your race. But when you say I actively do not want to date black women as a whole, but you date other women, you have self-hate. That's what that is. You can't, like, what are you not attracted to in the black woman?
Could be a lot of things. I don't know.
But like what? That you, but your, like you said, your mom's black, your cousin's black, you black. You're looking in the mirror of blackness, and you're not attracted to that. You're not attracted to yourself. Ultimately,
I'm gonna have to get somebody on the show who's that
person,
because I know exactly what you're saying, and you know, again, black women are disrespected all the time, unfortunately.
Yes.
And that is not me, so I don't get it.
Yes.
I couldn't tell you what that is.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you.
I think because my outlook on it's a little bit different because all my dad's side except for my father and his brother married white women, and in Trinidad there are white women there are Asian women. So you know, when my aunts were white, but they had Caribbean accents. So when I see I mean, it's for me, I guess it doesn't really. I understand what you're saying, but it's just like I don't think that there was self-hatred with my uncles because it was still within the Caribbean culture. So and I had aunts who I grew up with that, like my mom looks like she's white. She can pass. So I don't know. That's why it's just like I understand what you're saying, but it's just like at the end of the day, it's like you love who you love, and I never interpreted it as self-hatred at all. So you know, it is what it is.
All right.
I do want to ask you about Reggie's look on as far as following Sam on Snapchat and his whole aspect on it. Do you think that he dislikes everything about the fact that she dates a white man, or is it just?
Yeah, I mean, Reggie.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I mean, you know, Reggie is that dude. Like, he, you know, was raised by a Black Panther, and everything he does is black, blackity black. You know?
Hey, I wrote that.
black,
Blackity black. I actually wrote that down.
black, blackity black. So, I mean, just, you know, I feel like we've all been in that situation where you want something and it just tears you up inside and you can't have it. So any little reason, you know, to dislike the other person, why he can't have Sam, of course, anything. And I felt like I saw y'all say something about Reggie being unwelcoming or
Yes. Because I forget who I said it.
Yeah.
When they were watching what's the fake scandal?
Defamation.
Defamation.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was unwelcoming.
Yeah, he wasn't aggressive at all. He was just like, I
like,
don't
"Why are you
mess
here?"
with you, but I'm not going to be pissy to you. But if you say something to me, which is what he did say, which was something very ignorant that triggered, like you said, I should punch you because you think I'm going to punch you. Your preconceived notions of who I am as a black man became your downfall.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, well, what did you expect me to say to you?
And of course, Reggie's just Reggie is, you know, at that moment hypersensitive, so he's looking for
Yeah.
any reason
Right.
just to get in some ass.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just to
Okay.
top off.
Okay.
So give him a
Drag.
reason.
Gang, gang.
Gang.
Right. No.
Yeah.
But I mean, gang, gang. Exact. Squat up. So, exactly. You got to.
So we also introduced at the tailgating party a new character, Akumi. Yeah. So I really love that.
I love
Very
Yeah.
interesting.
Shout
Yeah.
out.
From Kenya.
Right. From
Oh, I didn't pick that up.
No, he said he was from Kenya.
Yeah, he was a Kenyan too.
Oh,
He said,
no,
I'm
you're
going back
talking about
to-
Rashad
Oh,
is
you're
from
talking
Kenya. Kumi's
Yeah.
the Asian chick.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you were talking about.
We wrong. Okay.
No.
I was like,
no.
Kumi's from Kenya? How did I miss that
I was
one?
like, woo.
No, because we thought,
I thought you were talking about the other student.
Yeah,
Rashid is
Rashid's
the
from
one
Kenya.
My bad.
Yeah.
Akumi's at the tailgating party, they were all hanging out together and they were talking about weed, and Akumi, the Asian chick, approached them. And it's just kind of like, I think that was an interesting dynamic because after they're leaving, everybody's talking about, after they're leaving the movie theater, they're talking about all the stereotypes, and Kumi's like, well, you guys at least have something.
Yeah.
And, you know, all I have is Crouching Tiger.
And I agree.
It's just kind of, it's interesting, it's almost like throwing in another minority group, just, you know, just
I
dabbling
love
in.
that
Just a
scene,
little
though.
bit.
That scene was
Yeah.
very Spike Lee-esque.
That's very-
Yeah.
It was
for
very
sure.
Spike Lee-esque. And I was like, I love this. And directly looking to the camera and addressing those issues, I just love that.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I like that when you break the fourth wall. I feel like I'm in it. I feel like,
Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I know, right?
And you're watching it, and you're like, wait, did they just look at me?
Yeah.
And then you're
No.
like, wait, somebody else is looking at me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, they're doing this.
So we having a conversation.
Right. We friends.
Yeah.
Right. No, and me and Ivana had actually talked about this outside the studio about the Tarantino. I loved that. I love that because a lot of people, it's like it goes without saying, and
Quentin Tarantino, he loves to throw out a good nigger out there.
he loves the black culture, but at the same time he likes to exploit it as well.
Absolutely.
And
Django.
right? And see, my thing is too, like, and he spoke about it, about him loving the black culture, about him loving black women, but at the same time, your overusage of the word
Nigger.
is
Hard E.
right is not necessary. And I
No.
understand that there's an artistic value, like for instance with Django, you are in those slave times, so you are creating an environment or a climate that is accurate.
Yeah.
So I understand that, but again, slavery in those times were very, very sensitive, and you're making it a spaghetti western, which is what that was.
Absolutely.
So in my mind,
It's just not even believable.
It's not.
It just felt like something that he created on an acid trip or something. It was like, oh, got it. You know.
yeah, I mean, and cinematography, yeah, exactly.
That wasn't. Yeah.
But,
exactly.
even with that, I mean, you got Pulp Fiction, and you got The Hateful Eight, and
Yeah.
it's the same.
Consistent.
Yeah.
It's
Pretty consistent.
Right. Exactly.
absolutely.
And then, like he
he
said,
said,
but it's the same. It's ignorance. It's dear Tarantino, stop exploiting the black community and not giving anything back to the black community. I mean,
where's the horn?
I'm just saying, like, I mean, and the same with the Asian culture.
Yeah.
The Asian culture gets so upset if a black hair salon or a black hair store with products opens up. They feel like that's their territory, but that's not. That's not even something, you don't even use those products.
Oh, it's a whole. I don't know if you guys read there's an article about it where, as obviously there's maybe for every black hair supply spot, there's 6 or 7 Asian spots, and a lot of them, the manufacturers who kind of sell this stuff, they actually sell it cheaper to the Asian spots than the black spots. So they're really trying to move them out of the market.
Yeah,
because,
definitely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
we were spending $200-300 easily.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
On a
black
trip.
dollar in
Yeah.
a cycle only lasts in the black community for 6 hours, y'all.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And
My dollar.
okay, because and it's sad because when you do have those black-owned businesses, people want the discounts and they want someone to like give them some type of easy way, and then it's like, no, like support me and we can grow to it. We don't need other cultures. We
Right.
really, really don't.
I think once we realize that, beyond the hookup, why they're charging more. Because if you realize, okay, well, this is why you're charging more, then you'll be more apt to like, all right, I
Right.
got you.
Yeah.
But if you're going to a spot where, the gel's $3, but you're the black spot, the gel's $6, you're like,
I mean, if it's homemade, we should already know, like, if it's homemade and if it's made with love, of course it's going to be more versus, something else that's, like, mass manufactured.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not Walmart, so of course you're not going to get it for cheap. But
let's not
support your
talk
brother
about
and sister. Yeah, let's not talk about Walmart. But,
Okay.
But support your brother and sister. And if it costs more, then just pay it.
Right.
Right. For sure.
all right, so they've left the tailgating party. They've had quite a day, and I actually like how this episode's broken down, because it just takes you through, a Saturday. It's like every day's not a revolution. Sometimes black people just chilling and being carefree is, a thing.
revolution.
Is the revolution.
Yeah.
And the thing too, what I do like about the show is that it just shows that we do, like, there's things that like other folks think of, like, people think that all we do is sit and smoke weed, or like the stereotypes, and we're just regular folks just like everybody else. We do
Right.
a lot of things are very similar.
Yeah, and
We
I mean,
Netflix
thank
and
you.
chill too.
Right. Okay. Right. While
Yeah.
smoking a blunt. Exactly. Then that's what you should do. Normalize marijuana. It's not. And I like that about Dear White People, is that in college you're stressed out. Marijuana is not that big of a deal. It's people have been using this for years. No one has died from this. Calm down.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal. Get over it. But no, I mean,
Where's the air horn?
Come on.
420. Hey.
There you go.
Right.
Dang, Josh, you slipping.
Oh no, we love you, Josh. She's amazing.
So they ended up at the tipsy spot where the goal is to get drunk or all wasted.
Yes.
Which in itself is kind of a stereotype, but we'll
Right? I was like,
It's like, there's,
no.
White
'cause-
girl wasted.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
white
'Cause-
girl wasted, yeah.
there we have it.
Yeah. And
Well,
then
y'all
there's-
said it.
everybody
Y'all
already
said it.
knows what the
Right.
deal is with that. We'll leave that one alone. I don't know if they're
We'll
saying anything.
table it.
Yeah, we'll say anything in the chat. So what I really liked about this is that he meets his friend who's in a class with him, Addison. So it's one of his secret white friend that
It's secret. I got a secret white
Yeah.
friend too.
Oh my
I
God.
think everybody did. I had one. Did you?
I don't
like,
have a secret
not
white
a secret,
friend.
but one of
Secret
those
white friend.
people in your class. It's like, oh shoot, you're actually smart. Let me sit next to you, type thing. Like
I don't like that.
You have people like that.
Wait, I'm confused.
So
Unpack what you just said.
The white friend that uses you, but basically would be like, oh hey, because I know you're
They
smart. I know you're good at this subject.
realize that,
So sit
like,
next
not
to me.
only are you cool, because it's, so I'll just unpack my situation. Because I was an athlete, I knew all the football players, so I was already prime picking for the white chicks to hang out with me, and they're like, oh shit, you're also like, then they want to like hang out. Like, I had one of those friends. Like, all right, cool. I would say
Like,
a friend,
TK,
but,
that's my black friend.
Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, because Oregon, literally every time you walked around,
so
like
you were everybody's black friend.
it's pretty much at the end of the day when you go to the mall, the white kids would ask me for my autographs because they assume that I'm an athlete.
Wow.
That's how it was in Oregon.
That's deep.
Yeah, because all the black people.
Did you charge them for autographs?
I'm like,
Okay, right.
Okay, I'll make a business out of it.
Sincerely black friend. Okay.
That would be an NCAA violation.
Right.
Yeah,
They can't get
Okay.
paid.
trying to get me
Whatever.
kicked out.
TK, you're
Go
black
to the band.
But yeah, it was like that in Oregon because the
That's a
majority of us,
violation.
probably about 90% of the black people that were on campus were all
athletes.
So that's how, in my experience at university, was like pretty much similar
Accurate.
to that.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of like girls just saw me like, oh yeah, she's cool, she knows all the dudes, and then like it's just kind of. It's
That's
interesting.
unfortunate.
And I met a lot of like girl wasted people too.
Okay.
So he meets Addison and is like, yeah, he's with me, which seemed kind of weird.
That's my boy.
Yeah, that's like, oh yeah, he's cool. He's not like everybody else.
Right.
Which I call the Oprah effect.
Oh, wow.
And see, that's one of the things about, like, to me, what I noticed from Reggie's white friend. Reggie's white friend versus Sam in White Bay. It's like Reggie's white friends. Well, but they use him for his intellect, and he's more of a token. As far as Sam, it's not really tokenism between her and her white boyfriend, and so that's what kind of bothered me. But I loved whenever they started to play that game, and he was showing that intellect, and he got everything right, and he won against two other white kids who didn't know
twins.
shit.
Right.
Yeah.
He said, I know y'all shit and my shit. I was like, come on.
And that's
But-
true
because we have to.
We
Yeah,
know
don't have
our
a
own
choice.
black history, and then we know the history that we're taught in school.
Which
so
is a lie.
yeah, okay. Well, for another
show.
time,
We'll
but
table that one too.
Right.
but
White girl
I
wasted.
love that. I
Black
love
history,
that
got it.
Reggie definitely like showed them off though.
Absolutely.
That helped.
But I don't know if you
Me
guys
too.
grew up like having your parents or mentors saying that you have to know, you have to be better, twice as better
Oh,
as
yeah.
everybody else, and you
Oh,
have
yeah.
to know that stuff.
My dad just made me read everything. So I was
Okay.
reading Malcolm X in
Oh
like
my
elementary
God,
school
yes.
before the Mayflower, this, that, and the other. But at that time, it didn't like I read it and it was just like in one ear and out the other. So it wasn't until recently, as an adult,
see things a
becoming
little bit
mature,
different.
you see things differently, and you can. Right now, my brain is absorbing everything
Yeah.
at an uncomfortable rate. And I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
shut it off.
Right.
And you probably, honestly, as you got older, it just switched on. Like you
Something
had
happened,
it in there, like in the back of
right.
you, but you
Yeah,
were like,
yeah.
okay, let me now use this. My dad sat me down and made me watch Roots, and
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, okay,
Terrified.
no,
Does it
right,
still hold up?
right. I
today?
was like 7 years old, and I'm like, Dad, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna watch it. But no, I mean, and those are powerful things that only black kids had to really go through. Like other white kids, they didn't have to figure out like, okay, this color is an issue for you, not for everyone else. But let me tell you how to go about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an unfortunate.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
for their parents sitting down and like, or at least giving you the books to read, like I read Iceberg Slim when I was a kid, had no idea. It was talking about pimps and hustlers and all this other stuff. Had no idea what I was reading, but the fact that I could look on a bookshelf and see, stuff written by black authors. Like I read James Baldwin, like all that stuff. It was empowering. And even though I didn't necessarily comprehend it at that time,
Yeah.
the fact that yeah, we have books. Yeah, we have movies. Yeah, we have all sorts of music. It's just not like, hip hop at the time.
Right.
Like James Brown, like that was
Please,
after
yeah.
gospel on Sunday morning, it was James Brown and Rick James. Like that's how
Okay.
that's how my household
Idol.
around.
James.
But speaking of hip hop music, so everybody finds himself dancing
To Future.
to Future, and I've experienced this, so I'm really curious on what your opinion on it. So
I haven't experienced that since high school.
Oh, it happens in the clubs
it was
today.
a trigger.
Yeah.
It happened to you today.
No, clubs today.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But so they're dancing, the N-word comes up. Addison feels like it's okay to say, the N-word, and you call him out, and I don't know what
It's
happened.
such a-
It
it's
should
such
have
a-
just been that easy. It should have been like, bro, don't do that.
Yeah.
All right,
And you
cool,
said
my
it in
bad.
such a calm way. In reality, you could have just been pissed.
You could have
Yeah.
punched him in the mouth.
No, really. But you said, hey, don't
I
say
love
that.
Yeah.
Gang, gang. No, but you really could have. You could have just been like, you could have been so upset. But the way that you handled it was very, very well. And I just, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, if I were a white person, why would I even just think like, okay, I just want to say this. I need to be able
You
to
can
say
give
this.
up one word.
Yeah, everything else is afforded to you.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like you have to have access to every single?
Entitlement.
Yeah, it's like and then I like that Reggie said it. The fact that you don't get upset about honky or cracker, that's your privilege because there's no root base to the word. There was
Right.
no oppression tied to that word. Why don't you understand that simple concept?
And what's interesting too is the way that Reggie approached him is the way that white people prefer us to approach them about things. If you have a problem with me, don't yell at me. Like, be nice and love and caring, and we need to have this dialogue.
Smile emoji, smile
Everything
emoji,
is
smile.
always, we need to have this conversation. We need to have respect. So he brought it up respectfully, but then, so that doesn't work either. So then,
Right.
of course, it's going to escalate. What else
Now
do you
you're
expect?
racist.
Yeah. It went on a whole different.
Way
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, I feel like because I was at this club in Hollywood, and majority of people there were white, and the song went on, and it felt like one of those weird moments where you're looking around, you're like, is this
Twilight Zone.
really
No, what's that?
Yeah, like
that Mr. Krabs meme. Where you just
like everybody's like dancing, and you're stood still in time because you're hearing all these people say the N-word, and they're not black folks, and you're just like, is this
This really happening.
this
Yeah,
is really happening right now?
Yeah, and so for that, like me as Marquis, what I feel like that's just an education process. And
Yeah.
so I don't want to say that it's valid, but I mean, people our age or whatever, I mean, if you're our age, there's no excuse. But there are people who were just born into it. I'm talking about white people. I'm talking about other people who use the word. They're born into it and they think that it's okay and blah, blah, blah because of our music and this, that, and the other.
Right.
And so they really don't understand the root of it. They think, oh, we're out of civil rights movements. We're out of this.
Slavery's
we're out of that.
over.
Yeah, and it's really not.
Not
Yeah.
really.
But
Okay.
the kids are saying
on,
it
Marquis.
now too, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like younger
yeah.
kids, like in
Oh,
their
yeah.
teens, they're saying it in the sentence. Like I was coming in the park, I was walking out of my car in the parking lot, and they said it, the N-word, and like there was no black people there. It was just like I think it was a bunch of like it was just very weird to me. So I put it on my Facebook post, and they're like, yeah, this is what like everybody's saying it as it's in the sentence because of history and not teaching the right history, rewriting a lot of it. A lot of people don't even know the context behind it and why people get upset behind it. So now there's a whole generation that has no idea.
Right.
That's BS.
And then
Yeah,
somebody's
absolutely.
gonna get punched in the face one day, and it's gonna be,
See, I'm from Texas, so I think white people in the South, like, they do know better, but just being out here in LA, and I feel like it's more just like one love, we're all together, and so many more people out here don't see color, so they feel like they have the right to use that word. And I never really experienced that much until I moved out here, and I'm like, what, non-black people really be out here just like saying that word?
Right.
It's crazy.
Right. It's
I'm
just
well.
ignorance.
I was gonna say I'm from the Midwest, and they said it. They said it there, but I don't know if I've heard it more here or more back home. I do think that there are more kids saying it. I think that it's BS that they are not aware that that's a bad word, though. I don't believe that.
I don't know. That's what folks are telling me, but I didn't hear that word until I moved to the U.S.
That's so crazy.
I never heard it. I'm originally from Canada, so I never.
You never heard non-black people say
I've never
it?
heard anybody. Like I've heard black people say it in Canada, but I've never heard a non-black person say it. They might have been saying it behind
that's
my
a
back or
privilege.
whatever.
No,
But I've never.
they were.
The first time somebody said it to me or at me, it was when I moved here, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is
Welcome to America.
Yeah,
I've been running, not to cut you off, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from Los Angeles, and so like I grew up here, and there were like I ran cross country and all that kind of stuff. And it was like, jeez, a couple years ago, I was running in like mid Wilshire, like Wilshire and Third.
I know the
like
area.
that.
Yeah.
And somebody screams out "nigger," like in a white truck, and they're just driving down. I'm like,
They have the Confederate flag.
no, I mean,
No.
I would have thought so, but I mean, it just goes to show you, like, people, it's not. This is not post-racial
No.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Like, it
That's
is what it is.
terrifying.
But only
Yeah.
people who are lived a privileged life would think that.
Yeah.
So
But to know, I mean, again, I don't want to say that it's valid, but so just like we as black people wake up to things, or just like every other color, they wake up to the actuality of what is happening. Same thing with white people. So once they start waking up to what's right and what's wrong, then okay. But not to give anybody a pass.
Justification,
Just
yeah.
saying. It's just a matter, I believe, of like an education.
No, I agree with that. I deeply agree with that. I think that, I guess in that instance, with the scene where Reggie and Addison.
The white boy.
Right, white boy number 2. No, right, because that's how we are in movies. Black boy 3. No, okay, but no. So with Addison and Reggie, the way that he broke it down though was easy to understand, and I'm like, you literally just have to be battling this at this point. Like there's no double standard. The relationship that you have with the N-word is different than my relationship that I have with it. So you're not. The fact is that I really shouldn't have to explain to you why a derogatory word is offensive to me. And on top of
that's not my job.
Yeah, and then like when some white people will be like, well, you use it, and it's like, but I'm also not every single black person. So even what if I'm that black person that doesn't use it?
So that's another thing. Not every black person even uses that word.
So what do you? Literally, you're wrong. In all instances, you're wrong, and I just don't know how many other ways and languages that I need to tell you that you're wrong. But it's just an endless cycle. And to me, honestly, I feel like it goes beyond you being ignorant or you not being aware at that point, because I feel like you just want to say it. You just
absolutely.
And any other race too. Stop using it. You look corny. You look so lame. You look corny. It's not cool. Just stop doing it.
Somebody on the chat, Montserrat. Oh, she's been on the chat every week. So shout out to Montserrat. She was saying a lot of Mexicans use it, and she tells them not to because she's Mexican herself.
It's lame. It's not like. What are you using it for?
And I gotta be honest, I'm from the Bronx, and I'm Puerto Rican, like Puerto Rican from the Bronx, and they all use it. Everyone Hispanic.
Are you?
I personally don't use it.
Black Puerto Rican?
I'm Puerto Rican, and I used the word once. My dad hit me so hard, I stopped going on. But like,
Thank you, Dad.
It's very like
You can
specific.
feel it. He feels it.
No, I didn't know. I was like 10 years old, but like, the Hispanic community, like, it's crazy.
Well, tell them it's corny.
It is corny.
It's lame. It's just like, what are you doing? Like you don't go here. It's okay. It's fine.
He doesn't even go here.
It's just lame. Like, and I don't know. Like, and my thing too, black people, at least me as a black person, I would never go up to a Hispanic person, a white person, of any other background and say, oh, I can say this because I have this friend or whatever else. Like, I don't want to be offensive.
Every marginalized group of people has taken a word and they made it into their own, and that's for them in their community. And that's what we do with the N-word. And again, not all of us use it, but we have the ability to do it. We can use it, and we can use it every day.
Everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are some people who, like some black folks who it's okay with them, but I almost feel like you should approach with caution. It's like the whole African American thing. Like when people start saying that, I prefer black because I'm not African American. So I'm like, look, it's okay. You can say black with me, we're good. But that might not float with everybody else. And I mean, it might suck on your part, but it is what it is. Deal with it.
Exactly.
So now after that whole incident, the popo has now come into the situation, which is the reason why I want to do this episode by itself, because it's so
powerful.
So I'm like getting goosebumps.
I know, because
I have so many questions.
Yeah. Well.
Okay. So I mean, considering the political climate, I mean, I watched it. I could only watch that once. My husband, he watched it twice. Hey, Corey, he's on the Snapchat. He's in the live chat, bothering me.
Bothering me?
I'm kidding.
Go away.
But so I watched the episode. Like I said, he watched it twice, and so what are your feelings shooting that scene? Because it triggered so much to me. I felt like the gun was pointed at me. And just the connection was inevitable, and I just couldn't help. I can't even explain all the feelings, but I was nervous for you. I was upset. I was pissed off. And so what are your feelings in that moment?
Yeah. Well, I will say, I didn't realize, I mean, you know, we were in it and we read the script, but I didn't realize exactly what we were doing until I saw the show, and then specifically that episode. And then with Jordan Edwards being murdered Saturday night, it really just hit home for me and all of us involved with the show, in regards to, yes, we're doing a show, but it's more of a movement. Like, we're actually trying to do something here. And so when I read the script, I cried. Just thinking about what that story represented and what we were about to do. And when I thought about it afterwards, I cried again. And in that moment, it wasn't like Reggie breaking down was written in the script. So those were just honest moments. And we actually shot the last scene where Reggie's on the ground
in his room,
behind the door in his room, on day 2 of the week. So we shot that before the party scene. And so in that moment, party scene and on the floor, I mean, it was dehumanizing, it was embarrassing, it was humiliating, I was enraged as Reggie for the situation that was happening, but also, I keep saying this, but it's true, I kept, on top of that, thinking about my nephew who was 1.5 years old at the time and thinking, oh wow, like this is gonna be his reality, you know, growing up. And that is heartbreaking. So yeah, I mean, what you see at the end of episode 5 is just real.
Yeah.
You know?
Raw.
And real raw, and with the gun, it was just authentic. They really, everybody really came together to make it this thing, this real thing.
Yeah. No, I literally, it just sucks. It sucks. And I think I looked at you as a brother. I looked at you like, it's so many black brothers that I see going through the same issue, and I see on your Instagram page you always highlight all the ended lives, the innocent lives that have been taken by police brutality. And when I watched that scene, I got sad, and it makes you get depressed, really. And I feel like that's something that black people shouldn't have to see all the time, because your psyche, your mental health is very important in the black community. I don't think a lot of people understand that when they see all these black men and these black women who are getting their lives taken away. And so for me, when I watched that scene, I just got very, I got angry, I got depressed, and it just made me sad that simple concept of Black Lives Matter, again, as we always address each week, is not understood. And why that black men have to literally be fearful when they walk outside their doors. And like you said, I think about my cousins, I think about my father, I think about all these different people from different age groups, from even black women, because now black women are starting to be, and we're on the forefronts for our black men.
Always,
Okay. And so, and it just sucks. It sucks that that's something that really is a reality, and we have to go through it every single day. And the fact that we still are trying to educate other people on why it's so important is very unfortunate to me.
I agree.
So
that's an episode that if people don't understand Black Lives Matter, I think that's the first episode I would just go watch that one.
Yeah.
So maybe you can understand what it is that we go through, and this is very common.
Yeah.
It happens every day, and if you know,
every single
people get mad about us saying that Black Lives Matter, or us, you know, nagging about it, but the fact is, if the majority of Americans believe that Black Lives mattered, we wouldn't have to say it. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, you take up the cause for everybody, versus like you can even take it beyond the shooting, as far as, you know, children disappearing.
Absolutely.
If you look at, you know, black little girls compared to white little girls, what goes in the forefront? What's the Amber Alerts? Who are in the Amber Alerts? All those things. This is the question for our panel, and I guess everybody else, you guys can answer in the chat and stuff. When you see a police officer, given everything that's happened, do you feel like you're perceived as a threat, so now you automatically try to diffuse it, or is there any hesitation, or what's the feeling now between police officers?
Like our relationship?
Personally. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got?
No, go ahead.
Take it away. I don't really care for police like that. It's not that I would like to. I would like to
do
be
you
able.
think that you're a threat to them?
Yeah, I do. I think that color goes into it a lot. I think colorism goes into it a lot. I think that I, as a light-skinned black person, may seem as a less of a threat, and I'm a female.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's the case. But when I see police, I do feel like I don't know, I guess it just, I don't feel right around them. I don't feel like they're there to protect me. I don't feel like they're on my side. And unfortunately, we know that police, that force comes from another deep-rooted group that is based on racism. So in my mind, do I feel like I'm a threat? Yeah, automatically, because I was born to be a threat for you. So when I see police, I hope for the best. Do I believe that it's right to kill anyone? No, I don't. And it's unfortunate that was happening, like with the Dallas incident. I don't know if that was last year or 2 years ago, where the police were being shot. I'm not justifying it. I don't think anyone should be killed. I don't think a police should be killed. I don't think lives should be taken in any instance.
That's not our job to do that.
Right. I mean, it's not their job to do that either. And I hate when police are saying like, okay, well, you need to do what the police says. Okay, but you are held to a higher standard as a police, as an authority. I am a normal citizen. You are there to protect me, and you're taking my life literally for no reason and then planting something on me to have an excuse. So no, do I feel like police are majority of them are all that great? No, I don't. And do I feel like a threat? Yeah.
As a black person, I think me versus other white people, of course. But I do acknowledge my light skin privilege. I know that when they see me, you know, because I'm light skinned and I'm petite and I'm a woman, they probably like, girl, whatever, you know? So, I mean, I really do think that's how they view me. But when I pass by police, it's literally just passing by. I feel like they look right through me.
Yeah.
So as far as getting shot, I don't worry about that as much, but I worry about whenever I do actually need help, if I'm being harassed, if I need 911 to help me, if I'm calling on the police for something like that. I feel like maybe they would literally treat me how they treat me when they see me down the street. They'll walk right past me, or they won't take my call, or they won't take me seriously. So yeah, that is the issue that I face. I do think that the police needs to be demilitarized. I don't think that, I'm not even big on our police having guns, honestly. They look more and more like the Army every day, and I find that terrifying. And I think that it's very unnecessary. So personally, yes and no.
Yeah, I think they need to be checked mentally too.
It's too easy to become a police officer in America.
Yes.
It is. They don't.
It sure is. It sure is.
It's like nothing. It seems to me like a lot of times these are the dudes who are just like bullied or whatever. So now they become the police officer, and so now you're in charge of my life. I don't think so.
And those same
and a lot
races.
of them, they make you make as much money as, you know, a teacher or something, and I'm supposed to lay down and just let you kill me. Some of them
bet they do.
Some of them do. Where I'm from, some of them do. So that's what I'm saying. I just don't think that you need to be also the executioner. It's not right.
Wow. Look, I'm right there. I'm a young black man in America, so I get it. And also, like, I have friends that are actual police officers. So I'm very clear that there's a difference between a renegade cop and a police officer who's actually there to protect and serve and takes that seriously. Also, I don't know if a lot of people understand that, like, police initially were created to monitor freed slaves.
Yeah.
Like,
Overseers.
That's the history.
That was their initial job. And so all of this, everything that's happening today is so embedded in the system.
Yeah.
You know? So do I fear? I don't walk outside with fear, maybe because I'm stupid. But I do walk through life fearlessly, as best as I can. And I live my life young, black as hell, and free.
Yeah.
And so
Absolutely.
when I see a police officer, I don't automatically go to, oh, that's the bad guy. But I mean, my spidey sense might tingle a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. In LA.
You know, I'm not confused on what is happening.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I again, mixed reviews. Like, I didn't grow up with that. Like, we had a cop who was white who came to my school all the time. So moving here was very different. And especially dealing with everything that's happened over the last 2 years, I find myself, because I'm darker skinned and because, like, people automatically think, okay, well, she got some muscle, so she can throw down. Like, I feel like I always have to, you know, desensitize the situation. And on top of that, I live really close to a police station. So on a regular basis, I actually acknowledge cops. Like, you know, they'll either look my way, and I'm letting them know that, like, hey, I see you, you see me, what's up, how are you doing? Like, you know, not like, you know, the black nod, because they might not know that. But, you know, how are you doing? Like, I smile. I'm not a smiler by nature. But I smile in their direction to let you know, like, look, I'm
cool.
Like, I'm cool. There's no issues. I'm not. And I find I've done that recently because of everything that's happened. I've never done that before. And now I'm finding myself, like, am I doing this because I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying? Like,
to stay alive.
Yeah, all these facts. And I don't feel like, if I don't feel like smiling, then I shouldn't have to smile.
Yeah.
So it's very, and then on the flip side, I know a lot of cops. And I feel like with cops, not, again, before you guys start blowing us up, not all cops are bad, and we don't know each individual cop, but I feel like if you're going to be embedded in a community, then you should at least know of the community and of the culture.
Right.
And that's kind of like, if you know that, you know, everybody, no matter if you're black, white, Italian, whatever, or Asian, everybody has a crazy auntie or uncle. Like, everybody everybody deals with those situations. It's not just reserved. All these stereotypes that we have that are on black folks, other cultures have that. It's just not highlighted.
Absolutely.
Right.
So I really feel like, you know, that's one element of it. But yeah, over the last 2 years, I feel like, okay, I need to let you acknowledge you where I never did that before. So it's that scene in itself was very poignant, especially where the cop was pointing the gun at you and asking for the ID when there's a whole bunch of everybody there is a student. It's a college campus.
But you're not. Just out of nowhere,
like,
you're
the police
not.
officer knows that there's black people that go to this college, but it can't possibly be this one, though.
Yeah.
Not
because you're
one.
starting the problem.
So let me see your ID just to make sure.
Yeah, it was definitely
It was touching.
just a scenario. So I'm guessing you ladies haven't moved on from 5, correct?
I have not.
Okay.
No,
Good.
I have not.
So proud of you guys.
No, but 5 made me want to do, because first of all, you hyped me up because you was like, we're gonna do 5, we're gonna do an hour and an entire hour for 5, and I was like, okay, why are we doing an entire hour? And then when I watched it, I'm like, oh, and then you know how Netflix like skips to it, and I'm like, and I was right. I'm like last night, like, do I want to do it? But no, and it sucks because it's such a good show, and you're like, please, Justin, what are you gonna hit next? Like, tell me.
Kudos to you guys. For, I watched all 10. I was like,
See, I don't want to get mixed up, and then I'll start like spilling stuff.
Yes, I have work on it.
I gotta trust myself.
Right. You got to know yourself. You got
Myself.
right. Okay.
I do, like I said last episode too, I do definitely love the fact of watching it again because this is my 3rd time watching it. And
In a row?
No, because I watched all 10 and then watched it back and then I watched it again.
Okay.
And even like little things like, I forgot his name, the light skinned guy. He's actually gonna be here next week.
Oh, Brandon, who plays Troy, or am I tripping?
No, the
Jamar.
super light skinned one.
Jamar plays Al.
It might be
the one that was talking about
Shasta.
Yeah, that's
that, like all those little things. Like they had the little tail or the party inside, and they had nothing but tourable potato salad, and he picked up the shell. Like that stuff I didn't notice until the 3rd time around.
There's so much little things.
All these little details that you don't know. Like even the Asian chick. Like that's a whole nother.
Yeah.
a lot.
But as usual, we always run out of time. But people really like our Dear White People mini segment.
Thank you, people.
We read you all's comments, and so thank you all so much for staying
you want
with
to
us.
quote your husband's comment right there? I'm assuming that's your husband. Is that your husband? Corey?
I've already said it.
No, that's a new one.
Pointing the gun at you, knowing that you have to reach in your pocket for your ID, giving him the reason to possibly shoot his. I feel threatened. Same old song. Yeah. Okay.
Just want you to shout out your husband.
What's up, Corey?
Yeah.
Hey, Corey, turn up, gang.
I know. We should have him come in.
That could be the brother.
He's at work, girl. The show was at 4:00.
He's on there like, look.
Okay. He's watching us from a little screen.
Well, thank you, Corey, for chatting with us. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's start. Dear White People.
Oh gosh. It's so weird. I feel like I always typically have something in my mind, but Dear White People. Can we come back to me?
Sure.
I'm
come
sorry.
back to me too.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
TK,
go ahead and start.
You got one. I know you got one.
Okay.
Oh man. Wow. I don't know how I feel about this. I think I said about it last week. That it was the opening scene where Reggie's walking down the hallway and the coach is like, "Yeah, I'll see you at practice."
Oh, okay.
I mean, I get that today. It's and I don't know how to feel about that because I do, even like black folks still think like I do something, even though clearly I. But yeah, just.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dear white people.
Today.
I don't even want to say ask questions because they ask stupid questions.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Don't ask me no questions.
This is a tough
one.
I'm
not a patient person. I'm not much of a teacher either, and I think I've had to learn to like acknowledge that and sit with it.
You're right.
Yeah, I just don't have the patience to teach.
I love teaching. So I mean, I like to, but okay, I'll say, dear white people, don't touch my hair. We'll say that.
Come on, Solange.
Yeah, right. We need to have. Okay, don't touch my hair. I'm not an animal. I'm not a pet. It's just
not the
hair.
petting zoo, bro.
Yeah, it's just hair, and just because it's different, your hair is different. But I also don't want to go up to you and touch your hair because I know it's just hair. It's a little weird. You look a little creepish, but all right, just stop it.
I'll
say, Okay, dear white people. So based on, whenever that professor called Reggie the wrong name, and whenever the police officer asked to see his ID, dear white people, don't assume we don't belong here just because we look a certain way. Just because we have an afro, don't think that we aren't good enough to be in this space, whatever space it is. And you're good enough because you look the way you do, but we aren't. Don't assume.
Don't assume. Just make an ass out of you and me. Okay.
These sirens, Josh with the sirens.
Right. The ones and twos.
All right.
Oh,
It's up to you now.
It's up to you.
You're speaking for all black men now.
Okay. Right.
No pressure.
Dear black man, we got a black man on the panel. Okay.
Yeah, let's acknowledge that.
No. Right. Season 2. You know what I'm saying?
Dear white people, watch the show and tell your friends because it's smart, it's funny, it's sexy, and it's not all about race. It's about, at the end of the day, identity versus self and being more empathetic to people who are different than you, or you. And you'll like it. And it's all that. It's all good.
And it's right. That was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah. Hey, you better.
Money, is that money?
Right.
Catch and make it
My
rain?
imaginary money.
All right, I have one. Dear white people.
Oh, I thought you had.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Shade.
Oh,
This one.
no. Go.
This one's good, though.
Go ahead. Oh, I'm ready.
She's like, I don't know. Dear white people, no, even though you know your history, try to learn other people's history. Black folks' history, Hispanic history. There's more than white folks that make up this country. You guys came as immigrants as well. So
Bam.
please know about other people's history, because then you'll understand why folks do the things they do, and then you won't feel ignorant in the reason why you can't say the N-word.
And you'll understand why we're so angry.
Right. No. And then who built the country? Not you.
No, okay, not you.
But it's not you.
He catches everything.
No, seriously, because on not to reference another show, but Underground had actually mentioned that.
Reference Underground.
Okay, because I will. No, Underground mentioned it too, that like there was a scene where there was I don't know if they were settlers or not settlers, but plantation owners, and they were discussing how would this cotton, or I hate to reference cotton, but how would we get the funds to be able to, send everything up north and all that stuff? How would we get the country going economically? And he was like, well, would y'all do it? Exactly. And I'm like, okay. Who built the country? Just check, please.
Well, you can even today with undocumented workers. You want all of them to go back, and that's a whole nother issue. We can pause on that, but on the flip side, there's a lot of things that they're doing that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
So
stop complaining about the job that you don't want.
Solve the problem instead of just trying to erase it.
Yeah. Exactly. I wanted to quickly touch on the Christianity. It was very brief.
Yes.
In that episode.
Cordell.
Pastor Cordell.
Trying to save everybody.
He's actually going to be coming on the show too.
Oh, awesome.
Brandon Black.
Yeah.
Okay, another
Brandon
brother.
Black.
But no, excuse me. I'm dealing with this.
Corey
allergy.
says, "Dear white people, just don't be racist." Period.
Okay, come on, Corey. Right? Can you just not be rude? No. Hey, shout out, Corey. Come on now. No, right. But no, I wanted to say, dear black people, everybody, if a black person's not Christian, that doesn't mean that they're not with God. Like, it's okay. You don't have to be Christian in order to know the Lord and to praise God and to all that. And I love that scene because a lot of people don't understand that Christianity was a tool to use to oppress the black community. And it's okay. Like, we don't have to. And on top of that, too, a lot of people don't know that Christianity was not the King James Version. It did not only come from that. So educate yourselves, dear white people, dear black people, Hispanics, Latinos, however you identify as yourself.
Stop being a sheep.
Yes.
Be a leader.
Okay. Stop being sheeple. Move on with your life.
Yes, sheeple.
Okay.
I like that.
But yeah.
All right.
That's a whole nother.
It really is. It really is.
wait.
It was deep. Five was like doing like, I'm gonna put that in there, put that in there, put that in there.
You guys
Right.
Yeah. Don't you guys glad? I'm telling you, this is all in one. But unfortunately, we have come to an end. Where can they find you?
At Silky Rich for everything. SILKYR. Tree eyes. Tree eyes. Tree eyes.
More life.
Yeah. At Silky Rich. Everything.
All right.
All right. Well, my name is Raquel Harris, and you can find me on all social media at Raquel Harris TV.
Thanks again for watching, everyone. I'm Ivana Williams. You can follow me on Twitter at Ivana L. Williams.
Thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. Keep those comments coming on the live chat and also on YouTube. iTunes, give us 5 stars or better. If it's less than that, don't bother. Just a little FYI, shout to Bellamia for doing my hair. Please do not touch my hair. It's just pink, that's it. Other than that, you can find me on everything at TK Trinidad.
Gang, gang.
Bye. Thank you.
Hey.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later. Like, what?
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.